Hey, fellas! Welcome to the Southwest Titans Fantasy Football League Week 5 recap. You know, Week 2 was a high scoring week for us. It was, compared to last season, the second highest scoring that we've had as a league since last season, the second highest. And we surpassed that in Week 5 by about 21 points total. So some strong scoring this week. We had half the teams in our league score 153 or more points. Half the teams in our league, which is pretty solid. And leading the way is FAFO repeat stud of the week, putting up 175 points this week. His first effort was 195, and honestly, you could have matched it. I'm like perplexed. I mean, I know you got a great team, but you started Anthony Richardson over Kirk Cousins at quarterback, and I mean Kirk Cousins has been all season like one of the top 4 quarterbacks in our league, fantasy wise. But I know Richardson got hurt and that didn't help, but still. Yeah. Anyway, who am I? Who am I to question your moves? You're on fire. You're in fuego this season so far. And I'll say it again in the loser wheel edition, but your scoring's reminded me of 20 and 21 when you were just putting up major points, but just had very unfortunate matchups and would end up losing. You put up 160, your opponent would put up 163. I mean, it was just those kind of seasons. So anyway, FAFO played and beat Hey Fellas. Hey Fellas! And that's unfortunate. Hey Fellas had a great week. There's only 2 other teams in the league that would have also beaten him, but those were less than 1 point more than he had. IH Braves and Mighty Coon Dogs both scored 158. Hey Fellas had 157.6. Just unfortunate. I mean, if that were me, I'd be crying like a baby because there's nothing worse than having a great week and then your opponent has an amazing week and you end up losing because of it. But anyway, FAFO does get the win over Hey Fellas, 175 to 157.6. FAFO remains undefeated and now is officially the leading scorer in the league. Hey Fellas slips to 3-2. But he actually moves up a spot from number 6 to number 5 due to his high scoring efforts and losses from other teams. So he actually moves up because of it. Second matchup, and the second highest scoring team this week was IH Braves, and he was playing against Paducah Fins. I thought Paducah Fins had a legitimate shot this week. And Paducah Fins didn't have a bad week. Put up 133.53. But IH Braves was just too much with 158. And, IH Braves, he's had those 260 plus point games, one almost 170. And now this week, putting up 158. He is a team to be reckoned with, and he is the second leading scorer in the league. Was the leading scorer until FO took that from him this week. So, IH Braves improves to 4-1 and stays at number 2. Paducah Fins still searching for his first week of the season, drops to 0-5 and slips from number 10 to number 11 on that one. Excuse me. Third highest scoring team this week was Mighty Coon Dogs, playing just the 2 of us. Mighty Coon Dogs had his best game so far this season, and Tua had his worst game so far this season. Mighty Coon Dogs got the win 158 to 98, and believe it or not, that was not the biggest margin of victory this week. That goes to another team. But Mighty Coon Dogs, let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, Jamar Chase was what I was thinking of. He got 39 points, which is amazing. And And Tua, again, just having his worst game of the season. A lot of players, 2, 3, 4 points, just didn't get it done. So, Mighty Coon Dogs improves to 3-2, and he jumps from number 8 into the top 6 at number 6. And Tua drops to 2-3. Tua drops 2-3. No. And he also slips from number 7 to number 8. Okay, halftime joke. It's a quick one. It's not great. But how many fishermen does it take to change a light bulb? Just one. But you should have seen the size of the bowl. The bulb, it was like this big. That guy screwed it up. You should have seen the size of the bulb. It was like this big. All right. I tried. Next. And I called this upset. I didn't think it was going to be the highest margin of victory this week, but I called this upset. Marino's Mafia over the Cowpokes, 156 to 91.5. Whew. Talk about something stinking. I'm going to start calling you my cat, David. Yeah. Marino's Mafia. And I mean, Marino's Mafia had a great week. Cowpokes was terrible. Cowpokes even had Kittle on this bench, which I feel bad. David asked me my opinion. I said, the Cowboys are going to be behind. They're going to be throwing it, so Ferguson is a better option. Kittle goes off for 3 touchdowns. I'm sorry, it wasn't funny when I was there. Not at the game with David as it happened. But, and then also Zach Moss, Colts running back, on his bench. But again, he had every reason to put Zach Moss on the bench. I mean, they were playing the Titans, who's the number 1 rush defense. Jonathan Taylor's first game back. I know it was uncertain how many snaps he would get, but Moss went off again. He's proven himself to be a really solid running back. But yeah, Marino's Mafia 156 to 91.5, largest margin of victory. Marino's Mafia improves to 2-3 and stays at number 9. This is the Cowpokes' second loss in 3 weeks. Drops to 3-2 and falls out of the top 6 to number 7. Takes us to the first annual Mega Bowl between Ryan's Rabbits and D's Nuts. Yeah, it wasn't a contest. These Nuts had a down week. I got the win there, 153 to 110, and a lot of that was Josh Allen getting some garbage time touchdowns. I don't know if it was really garbage time. They were still alive, but they were down by more than 1 score, and Josh Allen just started going nuts and throwing long passes and touchdowns. So he got me 37 points, but and Breece Hall stepped up huge for me. The Jets, he's getting more and more touches and healthier and healthier. So I feel pretty good about him, as well as Alvin Kamara. That was my secret weapon when I drafted him and stashed him on the bench for 3 weeks while he was suspended. So anyway, enough of that. I get the win over D's Nuts. And I improved to 4-1 and stay at number 3. I'm the 3rd leading scorer in the league. And then D's Nuts slips to 3-2 but stays at number 4. So and finally, Battle of the Basement. And this one may not be over yet. We've seen it before. But Ozark Mountain Daredevils beats Tebow United by less than 2 points. 121.1 to 119.49. Again, we've seen it before. Less than 2 points. Something could change between now and Thursday sometime to where Tebow could get some point adjustments and get the win. So As it stands right now, Ozark got his first win of the season. But, with the Battle of the Basement, it would almost be appropriate. It would be so tight that something would change and then Tebow would end up with the win. But anyway, just throwing that out there. Ozark at the moment improves to 1-4 and from number 12 to number 10. And then Tebow United, he remains winless and drops from number 11 to number 12. So there you have it, fellas. That's our recap. And I will get another video out soon for our week 6 preview. And if I remember correctly, there might be yet another London game this week. So we'll see. See you guys.